I'm competitive.
Yeah, we talked about the haircut and the beard and all that stuff, and you had to beat me by a day and go out and get it done. I don't know if you see me wave at you when I seen you onto the barber.
I did see, but you know what it was is well, you brought it up to me the day before, and I'm like, yeah, Tanya's like telling me to go in every freaking day, and he had an opening, so I just took it,
I
got it done that
finally,
morning.
I finally made it in. It feels better. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I just got to get it done. Yeah. I mean, there are so many exciting things going on. I just keep working. All right, let me close that off.
Yeah,
Let me.
we just stayed busy, and one day I looked in the mirror and went, Dina, when did that happen?
Yeah.
I got three. There's a new one called Read.ai. I got it. I haven't seen that one before.
Read.
Uh-huh.
So you checked Otter, you checked
Yep, I did. All of them.
Note.
I did.
Gotcha. Thank you. Superstar.
Good morning, Rory.
I'm getting everything ready to show everybody this stuff.
So we have passed LOI and on to offer stage. That's just it was hard. It was hard to go to sleep last night.
Now you can do it again. Yeah, I mean, we should probably talk to everybody about this. We go over it, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I can understand how everybody feels. It's frustrating, disheartening. All these things bundle into one, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
here we go.
let's see.
Wait till you see what we're working on, Mr. Rickard.
Well, we figure things out, and then we figure things out, right?
Yeah, wait till you see what Mal and Dina are working on.
Okay, cool. All right, let me did I close the wrong one down?
Karina, are you guys running late? Yes, we are. No, we're not running late. We're having a private conversation. You're not part of it.
No, I don't even know if I know what the password is.
For
I'll leave it that way. I'm gonna get it right now. Hold on. Talking to myself. Talking to myself.
That's good. I'm used to that. I've gotten used to that over the last 6 or 8 months. Hmm. I have another person in my life that likes to do that.
Um,
And I get up and walk all the way in there and say, sorry, what did you say? Oh, I was just talking to myself.
I'm testing your hearing.
I love you so.
Rory, I think we have a mini The Villages living next door to us.
oh, do you? A lot of people coming and going?
Coming and going.
Yeah.
I gotta log in. Let's see. That's what it is. Okay.
There. Karina wants to know why we're starting late. I just told her. Rory said, go lay down somewhere.
Well, you can let everybody in. We're live. If they're on YouTube, they're hearing us anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
Good morning, YouTube.
Karina, are you on YouTube?
I need to change my background for let's see.
Let them in. Good morning. Good morning.
We have a birthday boy today.
It's our birthday boy today.
He's right there.
Riley.
Riley?
21.
It's Riley's birthday today?
He's
That's
legal.
freaking
21.
awesome.
21 and legal now.
Oh my goodness, that's freaking awesome. All right, you guys, I got today's a fun day. We're gonna cover a bunch of things. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff. I also gotta fix one or two things along the way. Let me close out this, close out that.
Karina, you should get on YouTube. We were talking about you. Where is she?
Okay.
Happy to be
Oh,
first pair of
I'm in the gallery view. I'm gonna switch this in a second. Okay, so I'll just put this housekeeping. The shared Dropbox that has the copyright images in it. Stacy and I are revamping the entire thing. So, and I just want you guys to understand, I cannot believe the quality of graphics today versus what we were using 5, 6, 7 years ago. The birthday boy, birthday Riley. You guys, I am so amazed at what he can do and what he's doing. It's pretty cool. It's really cool, actually. All right, let's go into
No, it's not snowing where we are in Florida.
so let's go over some housekeeping. We are changing from Zoom to Meeting across the board starting next week. All right. So all the links in the back office in the CRM, I should say, all the links in the CRM, when you click on instructor, will go to the right place starting next week, starting Tuesday. All right. Now I'm going to let me do something really quick. And we're gonna cover what all this means. Okay, that part's done. I've executed that. Um, so I'm gonna put this in chat. You guys, we're going to a new platform. It's called Meeting. Um, After this training, which is the 2 hour training, so at actually at 10 minutes till, we're gonna kick over to the meeting room. And that's where we're doing the BFA this week and forevermore. Now, those that are instructors, I'm going to let you guys know in on something. I have a call on this Monday to verify it, but Tuesday night at the instructor call, or during the instructor call Tuesday night, I'm going to be dropping literally a once in a lifetime thing for us instructors, and it's going to have a very short window. I'm giving you guys a heads up. If for some reason you cannot be there Tuesday night, you're missing one of the biggest things the guys, it's like the value of this is massive. And I'm just getting you guys ready. I I have a checkoff point call at like 11 on Monday to check if the programming's ready for us to launch this for us on Tuesday, and it's got a short window. this is one of those things, and I'm just gonna say, like, I've been around a lot of technology. I've tested things on the forefront of technology that's released to the public from different companies. I've created technologies on the forefront of things for the community. And when you are at the right place at the right time, the benefits sometimes are so valuable over a lifetime. You're just glad you were there. This is going to happen on Tuesday, right? Normally, I don't give you guys a heads up on it. But this is one of those, if somebody misses it and finds out about it later, it's one of those things you will be kicking yourself in the freaking gut every day. Like every day. You'll be like, oh, I can't believe I didn't do that. Oh my gosh, how did I miss that? All right. It's also one of those things that rewards people for sticking around. Anybody that's, has gone inactive, they're not going to be available. When they kick into gear again, they're going to get penalized for not being on this. I'm gonna just state this. It's not something that'll ever come back. It's a once in a lifetime thing. We might be able to get something like something like fun, like, but not like this. Okay. And this is one of those advantages that literally changes things forward. It's like it's an impressive advantage. Okay. Um, yeah, it's gonna be incredible. All right. I'm actually I was thinking about it after I negotiated everything and got it all lined up. And I'm like, man, I hope everybody's gonna understand like the value of this and they realize what a gift it is to us. But you guys, I expect stuff like this when we're on the forefront of timing, and we are. Okay. Now, that being said, I want to like impose on you guys some things that are happening. In case you're not aware, we've been in a shift. We've been finding out how can we do a better job of communicating what is available here at Triple R for all the new students, and how do we keep everybody up to speed with the changes, right? And you guys have been just very awesome to just keep in here, hear it out as we go forward. And we've got a really good pace now. And it's what we need to put our head down and focus on. And so to be clear, I'm going to go over it. All right, I'm going to go over it. And then I'm actually going to show you guys into something that is really an impressive addition. And and I think you guys will start to see where we're going. And as a visionary person, seeing a vision come together is just fun, right? I'm going to have this. There's a lot of people that come up with great ideas, right? A lot of people think, man, I thought of that invention a long time ago, or I thought I had that idea before somebody else, or oh yeah, I knew someone had to do something about it. Okay, the ones that execute win. It's all about execution. Being creative is one step of it. It's execution. Having the idea, executing on the idea. Execution's where everything happens. It's also where the shortcomings in building a business come into play is in the lack of execution. All right. And I'm going to lay out all the pieces. Here's all the tools. Here's how we do it. But I can't execute for you. But what I can do is hopefully inspire you to execute. Everything that I'm about to show you is something that I've been wanting to put together this would be great if we did this. Well, I've been executing on it, right? I've been really good at execution. I'm also super patient. I know that things might take years to come together. All right. Now I'm going to go a couple cases in point as we review this. Okay. So Let's see. I gotta log in first, guys, because we're broadcasting out on YouTube. So let me okay. I got this ready. So and you guys, I get to show off a bunch of cool things in the BFA event today. Okay. Again, we're gonna go over the whole fluid change of where things are at. We're gonna go through this process. Oh, let me see if I have that other thing done. Let me move this over here. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys everything, kind of walk you through the path. Okay. And I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, and that is explain to you what I'm about to complete. Okay. I'm so excited. I don't want to wait till it's done. I'm just going to tell you what's coming because I'm getting it done like over the weekend. Like I got to be creative about it, line some things up. But anyway, let me show you. You guys are all paying attention, right? You guys, what I'm about to show you is what I feel is the best communication path we've ever had to bring somebody in and support somebody ongoing. And yeah, thanks for shutting down the chat, you guys. I pay attention. Okay, we've gone through a shift, and now I know where we're at, and we're gonna launch on this shift and watch what happens. Okay, like you guys, there's pivotal moments in any type of a company or business, and new technology comes out and changes the game. You can see your path clearer, and then you make adjustments. Okay, you can't expect everything to work the way that it always has worked and not get over hurdles. You've got to make adjustments, right? And I'm going to tell you that the people we're reaching out to help, there is a lot of misunderstandings. There's a lot of kind of lack of knowledge on how the internet actually works and how marketing works. The marketing training, you guys. I mean, I talk to a lot of people like we all do. We just have to do a lot better job. And I'm always looking at what can I do to make the system better all the time. What can I do to make it easier for people? Not how do we train people to get there? How can I make it the process easier and easier and easier? And there is one element of marketing that I think I understand if more than about anybody on the planet. And it's ascension marketing, the ascension part. It's a patient game. I know that I have students that won't even be part of what we're doing for years. I know it. I know we're going to get some that come in right away, some that come in later because it's based on their timing, but it's even going to be years. And that is why I've, been willing to put all the marketing money to build those up, knowing that the return on investment for the marketing spent is not going to come for years. That is absolute pure confidence to be willing to risk it. I'm not risking anybody else's money. I'm risking Tanya and I'm risking our money on that, right? Knowing it's a sure thing. And it's just how do you keep people involved? How do you get things in there? How do you keep them, coming back? How do you get people to be better than themselves? People quit on themselves. I also know that. So how can I be better? Because I can't control them, right? You guys, I don't have that 2x4 button. It would be nice. And I don't even know how to create one. Like I'm trying, like if any, like you guys, you want to shake somebody and say, wait, like you're gonna fix all your problems this way. You're not gonna fix your problems by, what else are you gonna do, right? All right, so I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so in the Evolve Real Estate learning system, so I we built this on here where we're going and built this whole course system, and we got the real estate on it, and it's really, I mean, it's really triple R247 then Evolve, and we have all our branding and stuff on there. I'm trying to get that messaging complete, but I want to show you some things, and I might be changing the images on it. But there's a private room now. So we got the start here. We got the BFA event, which will show this today. You guys, this is what this is a full, when you're fully involved, this is what you get to see, right? Everything. And and some of this stuff is a little out of order because I'm moving things around. But in 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 the full thing, they get everything, right? And when you attend the 2 day, you get most things. You get a lot of things. But then when we go into when you're fully involved and Evolve, you get to see everything. What I've added in the for everybody, and then for those that attend the 2 day, is the private room. So this private room, when people go to this has very special programs in it. And it's for our family member to have access to very smart ways to grow wealth. Okay. It's by invitation only to get in. If you haven't attended a 2 day, you can't get into it. Okay. Because first of all, you don't have the knowledge behind a lot of the stuff that we're doing. It's based on that, right? We have a 2 day going on right now. It's already started this weekend, and I think we're doing one next weekend. And we have a lot of people that haven't attended, and that's whenever they're ready to go learn that extra stuff. Okay, but I'm gonna come back and talk about that. So the private room is for those that have attended a 2 day, and obviously full members. All right, and there's a password on it, so they can get to it. But if they don't have the password, which is issued by an MSI, or a PSI, and I'll probably get the GSIs in there too. But it'll be from leadership. They're the only ones that have the key to go in there. It's very exclusive. Okay. Now we've already got a program. We're about to add another in there, and these are going to be evolving. Now this is in its initial stage, and it's going to be growing now in Evolve itself, right? So I'm just going to show you that's this private room. There's already information to go into there. There's special invites for what this is, and we're working on more elements of it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the courses, and you guys are going to do all that. So when you see like access the private room, that's only going to be for full members. Full members and anybody that attended the 2 day will have access to it, but you still need a password. Okay. In what is the private room? This kind of explains what it is. You guys, everybody has access to this in your thing already. And this right here gives a really good understanding. I have a timeline in here, and then why we have this. And this is just explaining. And I want to walk you guys through it. You guys can go read it and go through it yourselves. But basically, we have these opportunities, and I've had them in my life for decades. And who you know and what you know matter, but who you know is incredible, right? We've had some amazing investments that have been brought to us, and they're close knit, and we've done very well with them. And now we're in a situation where we can start creating our own with the things we're going on. And this is where we can put them in here, so we can vet them out, do some structures in there, and we're already creating like ways that we can help people participate at very low levels on up. Like we're getting very strategic, right? And the reason why I bring this up is when we launched into the real estate stuff, and I'm going to go back to the courses. I'm going to close this down for a second. When we launched Evolve into things here, it gave us a really good direction in real estate in a very awesome niche way to work creative. And I knew we'd figure it out. Well, we're talking about very, very big outcomes compared to like a lot of other businesses. We're dealing with millions and millions of dollars, not just, $100 sales here, $50 sales here. We're talking, it's a bigger project, right? A lot more zeros. Well, as we're creating those, we're going to be able to create circumstances that are going to be very good for investments. And I want to control that those are available to us first, not just put into an open world, because these are those things where people can take, you know, money and make it grow even more in steady, stance. And when you have wealth creating money for you at really good returns, that's how you get ahead and ahead and ahead and create legacy, right? Time is always ticking. How can you make things compound interest, things like that are in play. But those special programs that return a lot more than a savings account will are how you grow that money, right? And there's a lot of things that come to play where it's like, hey, I would rather keep that in the family than open it up, and we're going to create that opportunity. It's always been something like, hey, when you got this going so big, I don't want to. I want to make sure that we're taking advantage of every aspect we can for Triple R. So I'm going to I'm just laying it out for you guys. You know where it's coming. And we're gonna get everybody educated on it. We're gonna roll this stuff out there and make it an opening. But we have a lot of people in our community that can benefit from being part of that right meeting to expand on things. And I'd rather put it in the family than not. All right. And these aren't like super high risk things. I'm going to say that that's not what these are. These are super high paying. The risk has already been assessed. These are things that, are always in a tight niche, closed room. You bring a couple buddies on, you set the stuff up, we take care of each other. That's what this is. And that's, you guys, that's how the world works. The very cherry opportunities are never openly discussed because they only need to go to a few trusted people and it's done. We're creating the trusted people inside the family. It's what I've always wanted. Like I want to get it so big that we are creating more and more ways. And you guys, the biggest thing we've done so far has to be that IBO program to get it to where it's at today. We have the ability to add hundreds of people. We can pay out. Here's 75 grand more we can pay out a month. Here's 150 grand more we can pay a month. Pay out. And it's not even ROI money because they don't pay anything to go into it. It's smart. I mean, all the risk is done by somebody else. It's totally other people's money and the risk. We're just going to help people share in that reward and that distribution of it and everything. And you guys, that is a creative thing. Well, we're going to be creating other things like that inside other environments that we can then open up to and get people to grow into so that we can really thrive. That's what I'm telling you. And it's going to be, I mean, and the thing about it is like we launched it with something already. And then there's more things that are coming behind it. And it's just a matter of being aware. And, everybody's got freedom to take advantage of it. But those that have access to the room are going to see it. Right. So I laid that out for you. All right. Now, and you're going to see some changes in that. So everything that we're doing is feeding Ascension Marketing for all these things. Okay. We built that back what do you want to, that learning management system in Evolve, that they gave us a doorway. And, I think we're still going to be, working on angles with the real estate. We're going to be working on angles with obviously the whole triple R side as far as the blogging and everything that stems from that. But you guys, we're teaching people how to make money from so many different areas of using technology online. There's just got to be a uniform training path, right? And I'm going to be merging in the learning management system, right? Inside the Evolve side. So we have our training already, right? On Triple R. We got step one through whatever. But I'm going to also encase that so it's in one place inside the back office of the learning management system, so it's congruent there as well. It's going the same places. But I'm going to also explain what it's there for so that someone can just be guided through that, so that it makes the instructor job easier, because you can just say, look, it's all spelled out here, boom, 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 even more inside that learning management system, because it's step by step there. So they can do step one, they can go do step two, they can go do step three, and it's all spelled out in the same area. All right. Again, I'm getting that done. I think I'll have it done by next week, at least a good structure on it. And that way, as the whole thing that I wanted to do is enable instructors. You get the person going, you get them to log in, you do session one, we do session two, get everything hooked up. And now it's time for them to go do the work. Well, if they can go log into the learning management system and just go through the module step by step by step by step and mark off as they get done, they can't say they got lost, don't know where they're at. That's my theory. And they can actually check it off that they got it done, so that they know it, where they're at with it. And it's just going to be a redundancy of what we've already been doing, only just in an organized, like, check off list, really. Because, getting your PBS up and going, getting Google AdSense, all the things that we do to get it ready so you can do the B marketing, all of that, we ought to be able to put people in and they can just go get it done, and then we have checkpoints, check in on them, but we know where they're at. But I'm trying to remove every excuse that somebody has. Oh, I forgot where I was at. I don't know where to go. You're like, well, gosh, did you finish step one? Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, let's go back to step one, revisit. Like, so this is gonna, help us with that whole process, because I can break it out. Every single video can just be one thing that they got to check off to go through. Make it easier. Make it so that they have to, like, check off they did that to go to the next one. That's what this system allows. And it's going to take me some while to just get it organized. I'm just telling you guys it's coming. It's one of those things I'll probably just get, I got, it's one of those things I'll probably just burn through all night and just get it done, then correct it. But I'm telling you guys what's coming, so that tool's there and we're not that far away from it. All right. Now, on the meeting rooms, you guys are going to see examples of it in the BFA event today. We get to build presentation materials. We get to build an entire thing. They're called widgets, and we can share them with everybody. So if I create one that works, we can all share it and duplicate. Like, it's really cool tech. Everything I'm going to show you guys on the BFA event today is going to be, it should be eye-opening. It literally changes how we do a BRT if we want, and just makes it easier, makes it all uniform, and has some guidance to it. And yeah, this is just, I remember, you guys, I remember life without a Zoom or I remember just doing voice conference calls. Okay, I remember when voice conference calls weren't available. Right? They weren't always here. They came out in the 90s. And I remember little changes that changed the course of productivity in business. Right? And every little thing that I can see gives us an advantage. I like to bring that out, because the easier we make it, the quicker people can duplicate it. And it's all about ease, right? If it's easy, everyone can do it. So you can find a way to make it easy. I know it's in my book. I cover it, but that's the trick. Like, nothing starts out easy. Someone's got to figure out, like, the geniuses behind a process are the ones that make it easy, the simplify it. And that's usually by trial and error and then cutting things off that you don't need, right? Like figuring out how to get it done and then how to make it better. Always, right? So this is another thing we can do because, I know we have people that struggle doing the BRT, doing session one, doing session two. So if we can just outline it to where there is zero chance you can't just follow the list, that's what I'm trying to build. We'll get there so that anybody can just guide people through it. They know where to go. It's all tied to the process that we have, and it'll become easy so you have the confidence to go forward and bring more people in. Happen to know the reason why people aren't growing their businesses the way they need to be is all about confidence and in doing what they need to do. Okay, let's make it better. How can I give you that confidence? How can I make it easier for everybody to do it? That's what we do. I think I've proven that I constantly make things better. That's what we're doing. So, that being said, let's go over the hierarchy of activity, right? Let's go over the structure of it. We're doing a BRT, right? We're reaching out to student leads that came in. We've got, you guys, we have a lot that we still haven't talked to, hundreds of thousands. It's a crazy number. And we're reaching out to these people, and then hopefully we can do a BRT, get to know them, get them to watch the Keystone video, get them into a PBS, get them going through the structure and the training. That's awesome and ideal. Well, because we can't get a hold of a lot of people, people don't show up, right? We have a follow-up system to guide them into a BFA event. Not to mention if they buy a PBS and they're going into a BFA event, it's going to let them see even more of what's here, right? So we're doing that by consensus, right? We're doing it every other week on Saturdays, and then there's a recording. So like I will definitely be recording today's because I want to take that recording and replace the other one because I'm getting better at it, right? The more I do, the better I'm going to hone it in. And we have a recording, so those that missed it don't need to wait 2 weeks. We have their attention, they watch it, we can go forward with that. And that's the whole idea of this. So anyway, we get them in right now when they come in, we're sharing the IBO program out the gate, which is it's a change. Again, you guys know the reason is we have the spaces for it. Before we didn't, so we gave it to people that were actually doing everything. And I liked both avenues, but when we got this much demand, because we picked the right project to build years ago, right? Saw demand coming, knew the demand wasn't quite there yet, but knew if we built it right, we could support that demand and have a very awesome direction. Okay, so we present the IBO, get people in that, get people going in the PBS, get them trained on that. And as they're getting the training on that, they get access to the Evolve program, right? They can go to the 2-day. And now they can get involved in the real estate stuff. Well, this real estate stuff, guys, it works because we're teaching people how to do it. We're doing it with them. We're very hands-on. It's actually pretty complicated. You know what else is complicated? Everything else we do is complicated. That's why in business, complicated things work. We've been making it easy. You know how we make it easy? We do it together. We figure it out together. We figure out the skills we need. We figure out the what you need to do's of the project. Okay. Now we've been doing the real estate stuff since, I guess we opened the door on it in August of 25. August 2nd and 3rd to be exact. Okay. Everybody got the concept, understood kind of how it would work, and got going. We blew it up. A lot of activity, a lot of things going, made some shifts. We're now not just working on just one niche. We're working on like 4 or 5 niches and open to add any other niche to this model. Okay. We actually have deals that are going forward that have amazing payouts to our members doing this. So we've taken this. Now we're proving it out. Now the rewards are going to start to come in. And now we have a complete economic model. And I've stressed this. It's nothing different than what we do as performance bloggers. The due diligence we teach, the structure we teach to be consistent, it's the same things, just a different project. but it's really the same type of activity. And so we're teaching people how to fish, and then we're teaching them how to apply it to different avenues that tie to our online world. And you guys, everything we're going into was made available because of new technologies and adapting to those new technologies. How we're using AI. How are we using AI search engines to locate, find, dissect? How are we tying into all these other things? And because we have the best freaking community on the planet that's open to help everybody rise up, and because of our core values, applying that to this makes it so that anybody can win and we can help rise everybody up. We're there to help everybody submit a deal. And our attitude of, if when somebody wins, we all win. Because we know we're getting a step closer. If we got to figure it out, that means we can do it again and again and again and again and spread the knowledge and spread the availability of results. So, I mean, I know because I got a lot of students, right, that I personally work with that are in this program, doing it fully. And I'm thinking, I was helping Michelle yesterday. She had to get a couple things, like they found a property they're interested in. She had to get a couple more things. How do we go get that? And I know how to get that because Bo White taught us how to do that in our group thing. So I'm sharing knowledge. You guys, I got students that know far more about the real estate thing and how we do it than I do now. I'm so proud of that. I'm not afraid to ask anybody for help. How do you do that? Not ever. You can ask Tanya. You got two types of people in the world, right? You walk into a department store or any store, and you got the person that's I'm gonna go ask somebody where this is at and go get it. And you got the person like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'll figure it out on my own. I'm not that person. I'll ask immediately, where's this at? Because I want to go get it and get out. I don't want to waste my time trying to figure it out. Someone else can tell me how to get there quick. Great. Tell me what doesn't work. Yeah, I don't need to figure that out on my own. There's enough things that I have to figure out on my own and smash my head through a wall. I don't need it. I don't need it. Like, if I can find somebody that knows how to do it better, I'm gonna find out from somebody that knows how to do it better. And that is what we're all doing together in this project. And I got to tell you, I'm a proud papa right now, right? I'm seeing, the Eddies have a deal going through. It's past LOI. It's going to that next stage. Joel. I think Joel is the first one to go across that line, right? And how did you say it, Niall? It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Absolutely.
Just couldn't have, right? It's how you said, you're like, right, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And I'm like, that's who we are. And these are life-changing financially situations. And they're all available because of the ecosystem we created here. We could add stuff in. And so we get people that can get involved in that. And now we're adding other things to that because we're going to be creating amazing opportunities, and we get to structure them right, put stuff in there and get involvement. And my next course of action with that is how to get more people involved with a little bit so we can share it across a lot of people. You shouldn't expect anything other than that from me. No, I look at things, and you guys, we've done some opportunities, and we've had success in most of them. We have a couple that are kind of up in the air, see what they're going to do. There's something that I've always said: if I don't have control of it, or if I can't personally control the outcome, I'm just not interested. And if it's something we can market and control the outcome of, okay, I'm interested. But if it's something that we can control more than just the marketing aspect, we can control the creation aspect. Now I'm getting more excited because if we have control on it, to me, it has a higher relevance of success. It has a higher odds of success because we're going to fight to make it work. We're going to figure things out. And it's, the team that's involved on any project matters when things don't go right. When things go right, everybody can win. There's no problem. But who's in your team when something goes wrong? Because if you got people that are going to just like fold, climb under a proverbial sheet and hide, that's not a good team. You got people that are willing to fight, throw it out, figure it out. Go against the things, ask the hard questions, look deeper. That's what you want. And the thing about it is we have a core of leadership that does that here already. That's what they're made of. So we already look for things. Almost like, how does this not work? No, how do we make this work? How do we overcome this? What's the problem? Okay, let's get past that problem. I've been watching that happen with the Evolve thing in so many ways with so many of our people in it. I'm like, oh, we can conquer anything here. That's what it takes. And I'm just speaking it out here on the 31st of January. We're at the end of the first month of the year. It's going by quick. That means we only have 11 months to go, right? In our yearly countdowns that we all like live through because we're put into some little yearly sequence. And tomorrow's February, right? And and we have like close of the month on lots of things. Like it's the end of a month in Bella Vita, right? And we've got people putting a lot of customers in. We have the reach, the growth, new members, and there's so much more we can all do. And I was looking at it and I'm like, man, I know people are just like kind of shell shocked. So I'm going to go over this very specifically again, and I don't want anybody to feel shell shocked. All right. I don't want people sitting there waiting like, oh my gosh, Rory's changing so much. I'm not going to do anything because I don't even know what's going on anymore. It all sounds great. It all sounds exciting, but I don't know what to do. I don't want that. Today we solve that. So in the bare basics, we're doing our text ones, text twos, text threes. You guys, I expect a lot of advancements in the SMS working more and more and more. We know what the issues are. It's getting rectified. Fortunately, it's things we can fix. And it has to do with programming side on our side to get over when there's the lock, and we're getting it dialed in. Daniel's already on it. So we muster through. Text one, text two, text threes. We're driving for a BRT. We don't get a BRT. The next thing we do in the next section of Ascension, right, is we've got them added to FSN. We got them added to the Evolve Learning System, right? And now we're dripping them to get to the BFA. Okay? If they attend the BFA, we're going to win because they're going to be focused and attending and have this huge thing laid out to them, and it's going to make sense, right? We're going to make sure it makes sense. And then they just have their instructor to get with to go forward. Okay. So, and you guys, I'll be flow charting this. I'll be teaching this forever because this is where we're at. And you guys, this is the path. All right. We've already proven it out. Already, we're seeing the results we want to see. And so I would speak to every instructor and I say, here's the outcome you want. Okay. And how are we going to get there? All right. So I'm not going to just focus on how many BRTs we get done. We all know that makes a difference. Okay. The outcome we want is how many people can we get to a BFA event? Okay. If you can get 2 to 3 people every BFA event, which is every other week, you're going to see the activities you want. Now, I would strive for 5. There's just 5's a good number. That means you got 10 a month, 5 every 2 weeks that show up to a BFA event. So how do we get that number? Well, if you're working 100 leads a week, right? Text 1, text 2, the text 3 process, and then you're inviting them to the BFA and hopefully getting confirmations, and you're making the phone calls, to call out for, like, if you do a BRT with somebody and you set up a BRT, great. But you're also setting up people that don't attend, right? So I look at it, man, to me, it's all Ascension marketing. How to get them to ascend up. And based on their response, we're gonna go to the next step, right? We're gonna constantly just drip on them. So if they attend the BRT and they actually show up, oh, great. I'm going to present to them. If they buy the PBS, great. They're in the system. I'm going to train them. I still want them to go to BFA event and learn what we're doing because that's part of the structure, but I can move forward. If they don't show up for the BRT, well, now I'm going to drip on them to get them to a BFA event. If they can, at any time, they can request to talk with me, to do an event, to respond to me anytime. But if I can say, hey, I'm getting the BFA event, we can pay you $750 a month to get going. Come learn how it goes. Just show up at the BFA event. If I have people that are pending BRT that I've outreach to, odds of them showing up are greater than somebody I haven't talked to yet. So if I set a BRT and they don't show up, well, I'm gonna invite them. They're going to be a higher priority to invite. Now, if I do a BRT, I present the PBS and they don't buy it yet. That is my highest priority invite because I'm going to invite them to see the BFA event because I know if they didn't buy it yet, I almost assume that they just didn't get it. I think it's better for me to assume that I didn't explain it the way they needed to explain to. And I'll even apologize. Like, I don't think I explained this right because there's no way you wouldn't want to do this. I want you to show up at the BFA event. It's this Saturday, or I can have them watch the replay if it's more than a week away. And I'll still drip on them. Right? Because if they don't go forward the PBS, either their life is so chaotic, which it could be, they got to get something else out of the way. But there's no reason they wouldn't want what we deliver because they actually came in looking for a way to make money online. Like they're so targeted. There's no way they wouldn't want to do this if they fully understood it. That's how I look at it. So maybe I didn't present it properly. No problem. I'm going to get a second, third, fourth chance as I invite them to the BFA event and drip on them. And then in the slow part of Ascension, FSN sending notices out. Big savings on travel, big savings on this. Here's a drop, here's this. They're part of something else there too. They know it's us because we put them into it. We made them aware and let that just happen, right? They have tools and follow-up happening for us. We just keyed them in, gave them their password, and we're going forward on it. Okay? Now, inside, I'm going to back up for a second. Inside that learning management system, when it comes to session 1, the session 2, and all that stuff, I'm going to be laying out what needs to happen, right? I'm going to be laying that out. So session 1 is going to be spelled out there. Session 2 is going to be spelled out. And I want them to do it with their instructor. The instructor needs to hook things up. I'm not going to give them a link to do it. But the thing about it is if we're doing the process right, we've already put them into Evolve. We've already put them into, right? We've already put them into the things, right? They just got to, they're going to watch this, hear all this is there. It's all going to be spelled out. And we're going to make a complete self-training process that's going to need your high touch on it. And you guys, I can visualize it. I'm testing it. I'm telling you, this will take a couple more weeks to make it proficient, but it's all going to make sense for the person in there. And then we just got to do a great job of following up with them, catching up with them, touching base with them to see where they're at. So the second you get somebody into a PBS, you're going to be scheduling that session 1. You're going to be scheduling that session 2. And whether you're doing it the way that we do it now, which is definitely a good way to go, or you're walking them through it because it's in that learning management system, same process, you're going to make sure you're following up with them along every step. Not just trusting they're getting it done. You're going to hold them accountable to getting it done. I'm stating that now so that no one thinks, oh, it's all done for me. No, the high touch accountability has to happen. If you don't check on somebody, it's not getting done. Period. You can't trust that it's going to get done. Those self-starters that do all their own, that's rare. And you'll love those when you find them. But you want to make sure they have support so they don't miss something. Because if they miss something, they don't get going, they're not going to make the money, and then they're not going to like us. We got to get them. We cannot be part of the problem. We have to be the solution always. We're there to guide you, show you how to do it. Not we didn't show up for you. We dropped you off and we said thank you for getting the PBS and left you alone. We've got to chase them up. Accountable, right? And I like to do at least once a week, check in with them. Once a week. And if they commit, they're going to have it done by Friday. I say, okay, and I look at my calendar. As soon as I can talk, I want to go review what they did and keep moving along. Get them to get Google AdSense. You guys, I'll probably bring it up. I'm going to bring it up even more, guys. You guys will see next week. Okay. So once they get going in their PBS, they're building that out there, right? When they get done with step 1, we're getting them involved in session 3 or the V marketing training and start duplicating the stuff that we have. Well, duplicating, the easier we can make the duplication, the easier it is, the more people can do it. And I know people are scared to get on the phone, but when you see success happening and you're around that, you should be excited to get on the phone because you're going to be sharing with people a true way to get financially free. We're making money because we know how to post ads and sell products. We also are part of bigger programs that sell massive action, massive marketing, which is the IBO, and we have revenue share on that. We also have access to these real estate niches that just have a lot more zeros in the compensation. And then we have other things we're going to constantly like we have an open door to add other opportunities to better the community. We get to rise everybody up and we get to teach stuff no matter where they're coming from. We can enable them to bring more revenue in and then teach them what to do with that revenue to make even more. We already have the people to structure their corporations. We already have the people to structure their taxes. We already have all the back end support to help people manage their life and learn the stuff that they wouldn't have learned anywhere else, probably. We've changed the environment, it's here. And you guys, that learning management system is going to have courses on all that type of stuff added to it as well. So it's all in one containment. That technology is here. We just got to set it up and utilize it. I've already got videos for the corporation stuff. Some of you have gone through that training already, more one-on-one, but we're going to be massively doing that. I'll just put
Hold tight. He'll be right back. I'll go nowhere. He'll be right back. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? I did say that, by the way, Joel. Couldn't happen to a better person. I've been meaning to reach out to you and tell you that personally and never got around to it. You know what busy is like.
okay. Apparently, I'm not going to talk about the three-letter thing again because as soon as I start talking about it, I lost internet everywhere. I lost it on my it came back on, so I'm not going to talk about that subject anymore. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. All right. Let's I'm at the top of the hour. This is what I wanted to cover. Now I'm going to go into some advertising and some page development. And everybody should have their memes. And you guys, that direction. So then let's go. Obviously, I know where we're going, guys. I see it so clear. I just got to get everybody to beat to the same drum, and we've got this made. We got the systems, the processes. We're golden right now. And we're going to be adapting to the world as far as the message we put out to find new students. We're adapting again. I've noticed something, and again, this is more. I normally would do this probably on just an instructor call, but you guys are everybody is stuck to hear this now. We've been running the same communication to bring the right type of students in for 17 years. And I had to talk with Niall about this because it's like, he obviously there's a change and, he brings it up and it's like, you guys, I'm going to tell you this. And this, you guys, we've been very, very blessed, I would say. We've had the same campaign running for 17 years, and it's just not as effective as it needs to be. So we've got to change it. But 17 years, I'm going to tell you, there is not another company on the planet that successfully had been able to run the same campaign for 17 years in any industry. They have to change it every 2 to 3 years. They might revisit it, but they can't run it. They can't sustain it. It goes against everything. I understand it. You guys, every 6 months I reevaluate and go, I can't believe this is still pulling. This is still working. This is like mad. Okay, wait, we made 2 years. We made 3 years. We made 4 years. We made five. It became a running thing. Like maybe we created the most amazing, true evergreen campaign ever. And I kept saying, well, we got to try some other things because like there's no way this can last. Nothing like this lasts. We've gone 17 years, folks. 17 years. And I know that the next phase is going to be even bigger because we've got so much more. Like I'm more confident behind what we give now. I know when I bring a new student in, it's like, oh, you just show up here. We're going to help you make a lot of money. Oh, you don't want to make a lot of money? Well, we got that too. And all I know is that they show up and they learn the consistencies and they do the execution, they're good. Now, I also know this: if the team they're working with is going to help carry them along now, but even better. Our teamwork today, the way we do study halls, the way the teams work together is freaking amazing. I'm going to bring this up. We're in a very interesting time in the world. Technology advancements are happening so quick. And everything that is connecting to the internet it's almost every part of our life is basically connected to the internet now. Medium for all communication products and services is pretty much online. All right. Now I'll give you some good old staples. Radio still has a place. Radio is still valuable because radio just, I mean, the infrastructure for radio has been paid for probably at least 100 years now. Right? And so radio is a great medium still, and it holds its value. I bring that up there because they kept saying we kill it. But you guys, email still has a place. SMS. You guys, we jumped on SMS before it became the absolute only way to really get a hold of people. But that's what's coming. So I can tell you, let me tell you this. If you're a company, insurance, mortgage, any type of banking, and you're not using SMS, you're out of business. If you're a small credit union and you haven't adopted the SMS systems, you're probably out of business. Yes, banking technologies, banking security, banking notification, it's all improved dramatically. A lot of bank infrastructure is now on the blockchain. Without us even knowing, a lot of the infrastructure has gotten quicker, faster, more secure. It's changing. The way we communicate and share things, the way we advertise products, for instance, it's not, it's so online. It's crazy. And yet that's what we've been doing and that's what we've been building. Now, Content marketing. The one thing I can tell you about content marketing is for the average person, it's too much work. Looks too hard. And with AI and all these developments, content marketing has never been easier. But the consensus of people when you talk to them is it's too hard. Like if I have an idea, don't know how to process that thought, I can just go to my buddy chat and help get there. And then go structure it and put it out there way quicker than I ever did before. You guys, we have all these things to create amazing graphics and images. And if you have any type of creative or graphic ability, if you apply it with the right understanding to the right tool, you can do what took you hours in minutes. And I'm gonna talk about the meme development because I knew that's the path we had to go. And you guys, the creation of those images and the way that they streamline, the way that they're uploaded to all the different mediums that are out there, we've got that so dialed in now. So freaking awesome how we can organize it, deliver it to your guys' Dropbox and have it to use. And we're all using the same imagery to get that Coca-Cola consensus marketing going on. Yes, the March images look really good. I might throw some extra ones in there because I have a couple more that are getting really good results. So if you get 8 in a month, that's why. But I want you guys to put those in rotation and push them out. And then we might run another one. We might go the old ones. But I really want to be focusing on the ones that we give you for those months. And as we go, the ageless ones, definitely a focus. And then obviously options. And the thing with options is, we're going after people that want to make money. We want people looking for, to bring more money in. It's one path. But the ageless, we have, the AM PM essentials. We've got the Luminous. We got the health and beauty whole aspect, anti-aging, cellular nutrition. Keep saying that over and over again. Write that down. It's anti-aging, cellular nutrition. It took me a while to get it down. I haven't written in my book like 5 times. I say it every day so I can just know that's the path. And you guys, we want to be dropping these images out continually. All right. We got programs like Content 360 that we can structure and have it go out there so we can spend one afternoon and have it lined out for the next months. My posting works, you guys, and we're getting better at how to create those. And I'm testing new things out all the time. I also have discovered that because of all this, we know there's more policing being done by the I gotta be careful how I say this. I don't want to lose my internet again. But there is definite oversight on what we say. So the verbiage of our advertising, even if we're saying truths on things, we got to get creative on it. You guys, these are changes that are happening. And all I look at is, well, how do I get better? How do I say things better? How do I draw stuff in? So I'm going to go over this whole path one more time. Then I'm going to go to the advertising. Everybody doing V marketing, you are part of an ascension marketing plan. This is not get rich quick. This is get rich smart. And that first 100 you get going, then the second 100, the third 100, the fourth 100, the fifth 100, you're building up a customer base to market to. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. If you did 100 every week in 1 year, you'd have 5,200 student prospects that want to make money online that you're able to market to. And it's just a matter of them seeing the presentation and going forward. And we've got the tools to get them to go there, right? We're reaching out to them to do a BRT, to show them it one-on-one. We're inviting them to the BFA event where they can see myself, they can see Trisha on there, and full display and training of what this is. And then anybody that wants to go forward, we go forward with and duplicate that process. We're making it better. We've made it better. Now we just got to do it. And that's why I told you guys just do all that, because all along the line, I'm like, hey, we got this PBS vortex. That technology, if we use that right, that's our ascension machine. So yeah, we got some manual things to do. We go key into FSN, we go key and evolve, and now we have a drip. Everybody that's an evolve and FSN, everybody we've done text one, the text two, the text three process with, we now can just rotate and invite them into the BFA event on a steady basis. We invite them once a month, once every other month, once every 3 months. It's fine, doesn't matter. You can only do so much. I get that. And that's why so we just put people in there and just constantly do all that. As a company, based on how they're tied to us in the lead process, I'm also inviting them to BFAs. They're seeing more content everywhere. We're all pushing the option stuff out there. We're all going to be pushing more on the BFA. So people are going, what's this big financial awakening? We want the whole world to see that so many times. So when we're inviting, they're like, oh my gosh, I've seen that before. You should all know that's what the path is. So you guys will see on the options. Now I'm going to start adding in the BFA marketing to our options page. As I saw that become the path, I added BFA to my options page, and that's what we're teaching you guys to do as well. When they sign up for the options page, if we can get a hold of them to do a BRT and go forward, great. If we can't get a hold of them, we're just going to invite them to the BFA event. They show up the BFA event, they either get connected with us to go forward or they don't. And again, marketing done properly makes sales order taking. If we can just get people invited into the BFA event, make sure they show up, do your part, like welcome them there, let them know you're there to guide them through it, and you're going to set up training as soon as they're in. I'm trying to get rid of the hard decision making for them. I want the offer to be so amazing. Why wouldn't they do it? That's my job. Your job is to learn how I do that, duplicate that in our BRT process, but just bring people to the BFA event. We know it's every other week, and then we'll have that recording. So we have a tool. And then those who know how to do BRTs, you're just going to get better. And the BRT process, that is one of the most important things we could teach anybody. That skill set alone just increases your value. So let me explain a couple things here. I'm going deep today. If you want to make more money, you got to create a way to make yourself more valuable. You have to. We literally, you get in a situation where you can get paid what you're worth. Well, what are you worth? What's your value? What value do you bring to deserve more income? Now I'm gonna open that up a little bit. When you learn how to do the BRT process, build relationship and trust, and then you apply that to say the Evolve program, now you're building relationships with brokers and people so they understand that you're someone they can do. It's all valuable learning. And the better you can do that, the better your odds are of finding the right connection to get that right property that's going to boom and get us all paid. I just watched this happen. And I'm going to watch it happen again and again and again. Like those who understand the BRT process have more value. Well, that's one of the main things we teach people here. We teach the art of the performance blogging system, how to be a digital publisher. And then the art of the freaking CRM, how to use the technology and to coordinate your business. Guys, that's the three skill sets we focus on. I have that millionaire course I do on the Tuesdays. You guys know when I launched that already because I knew this whole circular edition of things was coming. I knew we had the real estate coming. I didn't know when it was going to be ready because we were getting stuff sorted. It was coming. Launched it as soon as possible. I also wanted to make sure I was getting people's mindsets right. See, when you create more value in what you provide, the receivables get bigger. Niall, I know you were just on camera. I'm going to bring you back on again. Guys, this is one of the most, he didn't know this was the message. I want you to tell the Jim Rohn story again.
I was halfway to the little boy's room, so I'm glad I got a good speaker.
Okay, so
Jim Rohn's story, which one? There's so many good ones.
This is one of my favorite ones from you. Okay, so here's the thing is I've heard Jim say this exact thing
when I said I
over
wanted
and
to be a
over again.
legend.
I'd be in the room with him when he did it, but Well, he asked you how much money you wanted to make, right?
Oh yeah, that one. Okay, good. I thought you were talking about when I said I was going to be a legend. Yeah, he asked me what my goals were. Why you here? Why you here this weekend? What are your goals? And I said I want to make a lot of money.
That's a great story too. But,
And he said, "What's a lot of money?" And I went, a lot. He goes, you got to define it. You got to put a value on it. It's got to be an exact number. You got to believe in it. And I was like, okay, I want to make 20,000 a month. And he just looks at me, goes, good goal, good goal. And that was in 1993. Because that's a great goal. So what are you going to do to get that? And I went, I thought that's why I was attending this weekend because you were going to teach me what to do that. And he said, he just laughed. You know that Jim Rohn, that laugh of his. And he said, he goes, you're right. You're absolutely right. I was just messing with you. He goes, here's what you're going to do to get $20,000 a month. I got the pencil out. I was ready to take some massive notes, probably 3 pages of notes. Jim Rohn was going to teach me how to make $20,000 a month. And he looked at me, goes right up to the table, and he goes, okay, write this down now. I'm ready. He goes, become somebody who deserves $20,000 a month. That was the entire lesson. Become somebody who deserves $20,000 a month. And I just kind of went, can I get my money back for attending the event? That's what I was thinking, right? And I just kind of stared at him for a second. And I went, okay. And then he walked away. When he walked away, I was like, shh. And I actually wrote it down and I stared at it for probably 15 minutes till finally it was like a 2x4 between the running lights. I just got to increase my skills. I got to increase my knowledge. I got to get more experience. I've got to gain wisdom, which is an accumulation of all that experience and knowledge. I have to become somebody who deserves that kind of money per month. I got it. No problem. And then you know what I did after that.
you guys, I know we've had the story, and the most important thing about it is this is what I've been guiding you guys through all along is how do I increase your value, right? And I can't teach you something that I don't know, right? I don't know what I don't know, but I know what I do know. And I know it's helped me make a lot of money. I know why my value is so big in the marketing world is because I have these skill sets. So I can teach my skill sets to you to help raise you up on what I know creates the money. It's that simple, guys. And then we've attracted great people to share that vision and go forward and do it because I can't do it by myself. And so we got these leaders that are just emanating that same knowledge forward. If you know how to do a BRT, your value went up a lot. Your communication skills literally create more value than about any other thing you can learn. A good communicator draws more income because their value is there. You learn how to use digital marketing, you learn the value of the PBS and how to get the word out. Obviously, that knowledge is going to be valuable to raise your income. Learn how to use the CRM and the technologies, how to apply. You guys, Angie put a training on Thursday. She's been doing this AI training. That's that other skill set. I call this the art of the CRM. I should just call it the art of the technology. You learn how to use the technology and do all these AI things. Now you became even more valuable. We're teaching all three skill sets here constantly to increase your value so that you can increase what you receive. Now, you guys, at the end of the day, we're using our skill sets to connect a product or service with a company, with a consumer, right? We're the product or service of a company with a consumer. And we get paid very well for doing so. That's, you guys, are the basics. That's what we're doing. Our skills of communication, of digital printing, of using technology allows us to do that more and more. So when someone's like, what's your plan on how you're going to make this money? Well, that's the plan. I'm going to make myself better at these skill sets. I'm going to apply them to the tools and use them to go gain more customers for these products and services. And that's what's going to get me paid. It's not a mystery. It's 100% spelled out. Now, we do things a little differently here. We have these big community projects that create a lot of sales. We connect a lot of customers to a company or a product. And we do it in such a big way that we're able to create that IBO program to share revenues with people that don't even have the knowledge on how that works yet. Because we know if we got them making some money, hopefully they're going to listen and start getting more knowledge and more value to what they offer the world too. And then because we all do the same thing together in teams, the more value your team has, the more you also can benefit because we are team built. So when our leaders are pouring into you on these study halls, they're increasing your knowledge so that you can increase the team's value. That way we can help get more people there sooner because it's always better. And you can't do it by yourself. And I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you, there's a big reward, and I've been feeling it really, really well over the last week. You have people that are learning the evolved way of things and sharing it. I'm learning faster than I ever thought I would on some of these areas that I didn't know because of it. The student sometimes teaches the teacher faster. And if you want to be a good teacher, you teach a lot of kids because you teach a lot of students. I don't say students, we're all kids, but you teach a lot of students because the more students you teach, you're going to learn better. The quality of a teacher is usually based on how many students they've helped because you learn from everybody. And you see things differently through different eyes or perspectives when shared. And yeah, you've got to be a good student to be a good teacher. You absolutely do. And I you guys, I just soak it all up. And I got to tell you, you guys, these team settings, these study halls, as you will, that we run to build the PBSs, that we run to teach the BRTs, that we run to do the evolve stuff, are why we're going to win. Because it's not somebody learning this stuff the hard way. It's everybody learning it and sharing the experiences and learning from people that know what not to do already or figured it out already. Teamwork is absolutely making it work. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do some ad stuff. Um, is I want to do something crazy. Um, I want to do something really, really crazy today. Um, Give me 1 second.
Everybody sing along. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I'm going to pipe in some music till he gets back. What do you guys want to listen to? Elvis Presley or Limp Bizkit? I love you, Candace.
I'm doing something crazy. I've been thinking about this a lot. And so I'm gonna put this out there, and then I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna go clean this up. So we have the memes, and they're 10.99 a month. Okay, totally awesome for what you get in the value, right? And I'm looking at, we've got the PBS Vortex, which everything that I've talked to you guys about that we do, that technology piece allows everything to work, right? So going forward, and I'm gonna make this retroactive. Okay, I'm gonna make it retroactive. All right. So it's the end of January. We're in a new month. Okay. Everybody that's in the PBS Vortex at the 79.95, that's our rate. If you don't have the memes, you're getting the memes included. If you've been paying for the memes on top of it, you will not pay for it February forward. I'll make sure that that's canceled and you have the memes. You're not paying the two fees. Everybody that's on the grandfathered rate, okay? Everybody that's on the grandfather rate, you'll still pay the 10.99. You still got that deal, and we'll see where that goes. But also on the grandfathered rate, I gotta go through. We got to do a bunch of cleanup, but make sure if you're on the grandfather rate, make sure that's good. Because and you'll notice. So basically, the memes you can buy them separate. We have people that have memes that don't have the PBS Vortex, and that's okay. That's available. And I've got to put a couple of sequences in for Matt, and I'll let Tanya know real quick because this is some manual work. We're gonna get this done right away. Okay, for February. So anybody that's on the 7095, and I got students, and they have memes too. That's all going to be included. That's a gift, guys. We're trying to reduce overheads anywhere we can. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. So as so for when we're doing the session two and we get them in that, they get that included. And I got to make sure I get Matt and the team involved so they get those memes set up immediately. All right, because we want to be marketing those memes. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. All right, I'm going to go into. I got my ads. Is this mine? Yeah. Okay, so I'm marketing these things here. So I've been got some people that just did some incredible freaking page. I like that. I like that. Okay. I have a few things to walk you guys through. Hold on. If I put it in the chat, does it work? So I'll get access to it. Uh, this SMS messages as specialists. Okay. I walked you guys through this in the instructor Zoom doing this. So right now, the BFA event happens one for 2 weeks. Event week. All right, so that's going to be. We're trying to get it streamlined, but there's one this weekend and there's another one next weekend. And so basically, when people are ready to do that, they buy their ticket, right? They go into it for the 197 if they use the coupon code RRR247, and they go to the next one. If they can't attend one, they can attend the next one and the next. Once they pay, they get to go to one no matter what once they pay for it. So just if they miss it, they can go to the next one. I'm going to always be good about that, right? So and we're being, I mean, and you guys, this is going to grow in awareness. I gotta bring this up really quick on the Evolve thing. We're having people. Remember, I told you guys this. We're gonna start having people popping these big deals, and the fear of missing out is going to become a real. You're missing out, not fear of. You are. And you guys, I just explained to you. I knew darn well that I could represent that program because I knew we would figure it out and teach people how to make it work, not rely on somebody else teaching them. Now we have great people that are teaching on that side. Great, it's awesome. But how to actually make the deals come together, that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to get the knowledge, what to look for, but how to actually make it happen. And you guys, we're doing it better than they even understand how to do it themselves. They keep telling me over and over again, your guys are just figuring things out. This is awesome. And we're making them have to do a lot more work, guys, which is good. Keep it up. Right? So I know, Dina, I told you, like, just get that other one going on. I know you guys are figuring it out. And the thing about our leaders, guys, is in case you guys didn't know this, we're not one and dones on anything. We figure out a process. Take that process and create into a system we can teach everybody else. And then we go to work. That's right now. You guys, I know that's how we are. See, if you can do it once and you can build a process around it, and then you can systematize it, now it's a machine. Now it's a machine. And especially when you know that there's supply and demand and what that works like, and you know there's a supply out there, how do we find it? That's what we're doing. We're finding the supply. We know what the demand is over here, and we also get to help create that demand. I'll back our guys up every day of the week, and I do, because I know we'll figure it out and duplicate it. All right. I'm just telling you guys, it's getting the happy point. So again, we got this whole process. So let me go back to this. Let me share my screen again. This is the new one everybody's going on, right? So this week from now until Saturday, we're doing text one, text twos, and text threes. We're not inviting people to a BFA because it's too far away. All right. Now next Saturday, we start inviting people for that whole week prior to the BFA to show it to the BFA. So this week we're doing text one, text two, and the text threes. Get as many as you can done between now and Saturday. And then Saturday, we're going to be inviting them in to the BFA event. And we're going to be calling them to invite them in. And I have a script for that at the very bottom. So if you scroll down on the left-hand side here, here's the BFA invitation calls. So starting next Saturday, I'm going to be calling people and inviting them in. But if you get them on the phone, I'm not trying to get to do a BRT with them. I want them to go to the BFA event. No, I want them to hear it from the BFA event. If I've done a BRT with them, they haven't allowed a PBS yet, and I call them, I just want them to go to the BFA event. I already talked to them. They already know what it's like. I want them to see it again. This is the script, guys. We're going to be going over this over and over and over again. All right. And this is what Edison will be teaching on all the things. We'll be into the new we'll be into the meeting rooms by Tuesday of next week. So when you click on your back office, when you click in your back office and go to the Zoom rooms, those are going to be changing. And the only Zoom room that's going to remain is the Bella Vita one, right? Bella Vita's on Zoom. Everything Triple R, it's on Meeting. And we're going to be moving even the 2-day Evolve to Meeting. Everything that we do will be there except for the Bella Vita one. I don't control that room, and that's fine. Well, I'll use it, but that's you guys, and the meeting stuff again. In 24 minutes, you're going to start seeing how that system works. We're all going to go there 10 minutes early. I'm going to put some stuff on there. We're going to get ready. So we actually only have 14 minutes left. So what I'm going to tell you guys here is during the BFA event, let me go back to that. Hold on. I'm working on this. Let's see. All right. So this, I think, goes to the BFA event. No, that doesn't. This is the BFA event. And that goes to that. Hold on a second. I need to change that over. All right, one sec. I'm gonna give you guys this. We're gonna be in there. You have people that are there, and and if you don't have people that are there yet, great. Act as if you're gonna show up and be on this. You're gonna watch it go. And while I'm doing the stuff, you guys, if you want to be posting your classifieds for free ads while I'm doing the presentation, I don't care. Like, have this be set time that you're building the business and you're there to be supportive. You're going to be learning all this stuff. But, I've always got this going on. So when someone's watching a video, it's like when someone's watching the videos, like, the IBO video is 13 minutes. The Keystone video is 18 minutes. Both those videos are in this presentation. That's 31 minutes of videos. I've got them memorized. So while those are going, I'm posting ads. Okay, now if I'm communicating with my students that showed up, obviously I'm communicating with my students that showed up. But they should be watching that video, not talking to me during those videos. Now, some of them are. I have people that always get excited about the IBO. And that's important. You get them in there. Odds are they've already seen the Keystone video already. Some of them have seen the IBO video already, but all of a sudden now it makes sense. It didn't make sense before for some reason. That's fine, right? They're aware of it. They hear it again, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't I do this? I get it. We have to educate people on something they don't understand. It's not like the rest of the world's offering the IBO program. They're not, right? They can't get it from their neighbor. So, but they can give it to their neighbor through us, right? Okay, so I'm going to address a few things, but I'm going to say when you're doing the BFA event, I have two screens. If you only have one screen, I have another browser that just has my classifieds for freeze going. That's currently where I'm getting my marketing built up. Now I'm going to be building the other ones. I do Lecanto. Lecanto, I got to kind of be more present to do. Like classifieds for free, I'm just clicking. Click, click, change the state, change the city and the state, and then submit. There's not a lot of brain thought going on, right? So it's not taken away from what I'm focused on. But when I'm doing Lecanto, I got to think a lot more, right? So just time and place, be aware of it. But the thing is during that 31 minutes, I probably can do, 60, maybe 90 ads. And if I'm doing 60, 90 ads every 2 weeks on a BFA event only, I'm making progress. Now I have mine up. I run it whenever I can, but it's only when I don't have anything else to do because I do by priority, right? Well, I got to be aware of anybody there. I got my private chats going on, just like you guys do. I got my presentation points. We go through it all. And I'm doing a lot of the talking during it, so obviously I'm focused on that. But I'm telling you guys, like you guys already know what I'm going to say. You don't know what I'm going to say today, though. It's different today. But what I'm doing today is going to become pretty much the standard. Like I got two things to present. I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go yet, but I got ready. I got an A. I got an A and a B to test. But anyway, I'm bringing this up because it's there. Now the other reason I bring that up there is on like Tuesdays, guys. If you're not fully involved in the Evolve program, if you're not fully involved and you don't get access to the training that happens at 8 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, I'm opening up the main Triple R room and I'm just posting ads and work with you guys. I want to make sure that, hey, we're there at 8 o'clock. We're going to do some other stuff to get things going, just so I know we're getting activity going and everybody has a focus point for that. Get that going, right? The more revenue and cash flow we create from the PBS businesses, all the Triple R businesses there, that helps people grow into Evolve businesses, into everything else. Cash flow creates cash flow. Cash flow has to be on your nut. What you need to pay your bills allows you to get extra money you can start creating wealth development with. We're building everything, and we're helping everybody at every stage. All right, I got 7 minutes, and I'll get the other room almost started. Here's where we're gonna be going. I'm gonna give you guys the link. Oh, and actually, I got to change it here. Hold on. Now, I was pretty sure I changed this. Must have been in my sleep. Let's see. So the next one is on February 14th. It's the Saturday. It's Valentine's Day. We'll still be doing the BFA event. Okay, now I'm gonna check one more thing. I'm glad I'm checking this too. There's so many places to change all the meetings. Okay, so again, here it is. I'm gonna end this one right now. If you're watching this live or the next few minutes here as we close this off, it's meeting.com// triple R247. And that's our new main office room, and that's what we're gonna be using going into next week. Okay. So Stacy, I'm gonna leave you in here.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna make Stacy host. Stacy is gonna be she's got to figure out how she can be in both at the same time, and it's awesome. So she'll be sending people over there that come in here. Everybody else, go join the BFA room. I'm gonna get it started right away, and we'll have some fun. Okay, guys, epic day. I hope you guys are, I hope I gave some clarity to everybody today. That was my main thing, clarity. All right. And for those that, are going to be sitting there, maybe you don't have anybody invited in yet, pay attention. You guys all know it goes, but, do the classifieds for, get some ads going at the same time. You got my permission to multitask. Now, if this is brand new for you, pay attention. Don't multitask. You can multitask if it's like already common knowledge for you. All right. Let's see. I'm going to be doing double recording. All right. I'll see you guys there.
Oh, he didn't